50 feet wide.
Yeah, roughly it's 100 feet. It'll be about of about 58 feet.
We are falling. Tequila Sunrise Creek, Country Lodge Creek. His altitude, he looked like he had that south.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to just drop down and see if we pick up a south?
Yeah.
What's the deep big smoke here?
Obviously that's, like you said, the inversion layer there.
Right, it's just, but it is drifting generally south, so let's see what we get. I like that. Because even if we feel like we don't get it,
Just making sure we got two-way, thank you.
I mean, this direction gets us almost out the trade zone.
Right.
We think if we jump up, we'll get sort of gradually more and more turn that direction. The only risk with that strategy to be aware of is if we're pushing to the east and then we turn, we could end up sort of in the no man's land out there.
Right.
And then landing options, as you know, are fairly limited. Those are all options to start paying closer attention. I like this. I mean, this gets us out of the trade zone. Okay, no temperature again.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have to worry about over-temping today, but
Probably not.
disappointing nonetheless.
Yeah. Learning to fly by tempest. So, I will say that in preparing last night, and having really done zero ballooning in the last 33 days, I felt rusty.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more comfortable now than in the balloon, but I know that last night as I was prepping, I was like, okay, all right, so this is what it's like to not balloon for a month.
Once a year.
I don't know how they keep, anything that you do requires blood reserve. And I don't care how good you are at riding a bicycle, for example. If you're going to do anything tricky besides just roll down a flat street, you know, like if you're going to go mountain biking or something. For that, you know?
It does come back.
Yes.
But yeah,
yes.
you start rusty.
Right.
For sure.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see it, yeah.
I see it blinking, yeah. Oh, waiting for us.
Okay.
More of the south.
Yeah, I'm liking this turn. So I didn't see the use of the checklist today. Were you using that, or were we doing too many random things?
There was a lot of random things going on.
Okay.
I did get these things that I put on there,
Yeah.
but no, I did not go through. After we started setting it up, I stopped looking at it.
That is a great illustration of how, let's say on the routine, things get sort of distracted in a real hurry.
Yes. I do not like not having turn back. Man, that is just a clear layer.
Now that is about the picture of an inversion, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, we got a lot of extra red line, which is good. And I'm absolutely happy with this length.
I like that length, yep.
It's just sort of, it's convenient to
Yeah,
grab. It doesn't get
yeah.
too far out. It's got enough slack. So I think we'll commit to that green line when
Yeah.
we're done. Green line to splice up into the frame. We want to do it at the other end so we didn't have two green ropes
Right.
down here.
I love those things.
Well, I'm glad we got out.
Me too. Yeah. I was watching that. You know, this is the problem also with watching too early, you know. But the past, all the readings were getting lower and lower. And I was looking at the skew T, and right at about 800,000 feet, the lines were touching.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I went out a couple hours. And I was starting to separate about 8.
It's 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Oh, Travis, I saw an Aerostar 105 for sale the other day from Albuquerque. The yellow Apple blue.
Aerostar, huh? Sorry. Elbow in the face. Oh, that's going to bleed a little turning vent, but nope. Please stop. I guess. Is that, do we know for sure that the rest of that's Amazon?
No, we don't, but I'm just sort of assuming.
Right. You know, the other day when you were talking about Lynn, the foreman or whatever, and you were saying that he could tell that that wasn't his property. So, you know, I'm wondering if it is Amazon, it's obviously a completely separate project, because that foreman would have been, you know, if you look at the started doing that,
Right.
you would have thought
It's related.
that if they're related, that you would think that the same foreman would be, but you never know. And at least you would have been like, no, all of this is mine. You can't land anywhere here, you know. See, you can,
I hope not on our account.
right? We're totally clear of them. anything inbound.
Yeah, I was looking too. I didn't
Yeah.
see anything out there. I haven't heard anything on the radio.
There's one way over there. That's the one. What is that? 1-3. Which one? Yeah, 1-3. It's into the wind, but.
No, he was saying it was 320, even though it's really not. Well, surface.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Maybe he was waiting for that other airplane. My favorite direction.
Okay, so you had your first fuel leak in flight. That was fun.
Yeah. I got stuck one down, but turned it off, bleed it out. Obviously it's on the manifold side because when you plug the hose in.
And that's the most likely because it's usually this rubber that freezes. So that, like, would it sit in the sun like this? I bet at the end of the flight. It's interesting because we were right around 10 degrees, right, this morning. It's my rule of thumb that sort of stuff starts getting brittle at about 10.
Starting to feel the up and down. I felt this hit the A-side.
It is. When you're out here and you give the vent a couple of tries, just so that you get a feel for how this rope feels in the hand, and what the tensions are.
A little bit up too tight. I felt it a minute ago, but well, I mean, from where I thought was tight to actually pulling on anything. I'm gonna have to add setting the top to my fucking list. It helps that we don't have a very good Velcro, but it needs to be on the before launching.
You're bumping now.
Yeah.
And how's the rope feel? It feels like it's sliding okay?
Yes, it's you know, smaller rope, so you got to have a better hand on it.
Right. Yeah, in terms of engineering, I'm not a fan of the two
Rings.
elastic bridle concept. I just think that's weird to me. I mean, it works fine, but I think what happens is you're using a lot of red line just to get those
Just
tight
to get them tight.
before
Yeah.
you're really getting a pull on the tap. Like I say, it's sort of fine, but
It's different. I gotta put because it's thinner. I've got to have a better grip on it. It wants to slide easier.
yeah.
I feel like maybe those. I don't know if it's the weight of it all, but that other rope, certainly had some weight to it,
It did, yeah.
and that aided. I feel, you
And
had
like
a
I said,
good
it's just easier to
handhold,
grip to,
right?
yeah.
But
Well, we can always go back.
I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of getting used to it. Getting this length straightened out. I felt it again. Apex.
They've got that all cleared.
We've got light poles down to the road, but they haven't opened that road up yet. Like to where.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Obviously, the traffic light is installed on the other three sides.
Right.
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
installed on this
I
one.
doubt it. But they're, obviously going to make it ultimately.
And they didn't say something. Probably deliberately stopped the pavement to discourage people from thinking that's a road.
Right. Oh, that already frozen. I just opened pressure. When I opened it, it froze.
Oh, funny. Did we just stop?
Let us drop just a little bit. We'll get some back to 0. Got a lot of dirt in there. I don't know how we got all that dirt in there.
I think it's just when it freezes like that, it just gets silty and it picks up. Still have a lot up there.
Not as well as it should, Dave. The holiday this time.
Okay.
I was just talking with Travis that I've got to get on it because we're getting close to solo flight time and gotta have that done. So I feel for myself.
Does that cause you stress?
Does that cause me stress? The stress from, I'm stressed by not having it done.
Okay.
Yes. I feel like I'm falling behind on things. Having flown in 33 days, still don't have my thing done, my ground. Getting up on, this is flight number 6. joked that I was going to get grounded. I don't get that done.
This is the one that was in here before.
Yeah.
I think that might be the backup one. What do you think?
We'll lift on the burner for a minute.
So if this were a hare and hound, what would it take to get the man next to quarter?
Well, that's what I was just thinking about it, because I wish I had a little more west. I feel like there's some west up higher.
Which version of west?
I'm sorry.
West wind or west heading?
Fair enough. We'll go with west wind and act like I knew what I was
That's
talking
right.
about. I want to get to the east. Our steam stacks are blowing now more easterly. So I'm going to hop up a little bit and see if I can't get some of that.
Yeah, I think he's this side of the power lines, if I'm guessing.
Wrong side to be that low.
Well, except that the ground wind's going that way. So if he
Oh,
drops down,
right.
he'll move away from the
Right,
towards it.
right.
I can't quite tell where he is.
He's definitely this side because the balloon is now in front of the pole. Definitely, we're now changing directions.
I feel like we're going north.
Slow down and went north a little bit. We'll tack over.
So he's landing, and he's sort of landing aggressively.
Oh yeah, he did.
Like maybe it's breezy out there.
Alright. Well, they said 366. This is not really landing down here. So. But we had a definite south.
Yeah.
To go back down.
Yeah, I agree.
But if we can get any more east, that would be nice.
Maybe a little bit to the east, but not much.
We did get up a solid
11, runway 35 right, line up in
solid
late
10,
traffic
15
crossing
minutes in
mid
front of us.
Medevac helicopter.
No, probably not heading our direction, but see, I'm assuming it's from commercial, but parking lot lines. Oh yeah. Interesting, because I see 3 Amazon trucks pulled over to the side.
Side, yeah. I noticed that. One was glinting in my eye.
They sort of get off the property, because that's, I got loaded up and get kicked out. And then they're coming over here trying to figure out where to go. Will do. Seems reasonable. That when you load up a batch of packages, that the driver's probably surely there's some software that says,
Yes.
you've got 53 packages on board, and here's your drive.
Right.
I think it's 50 by 16 square fabric. You see even on the ground. Right?
I see it. I'm pretty sure I see it. Between the locks and the lock there.
Yeah. I see that sort of square. I just don't see that.
So my goal here is that if I can get just a hair more to the east, I'm going to go ahead and add that shoot for the reservoir there. Okay. I feel like I'm at the height where it's a bit of a push. I don't think we're going to get much east on the ground. I think we're going to get
Potentially, and I'm actually feeling like as we've been climbing, we're actually getting more left. I mean, maybe it's just because we rotate a little bit. But originally, I felt like we were going towards the tower. Now I feel like we're going towards the museum.
right.
We're right about the layer of that inversion, so something will
Right.
change. Doesn't feel like it. Yep. Now, if we are headed towards the reservoir, do you remember where we landed last time? That first landing on the left?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Road? That would be all right. If we go to the right of the pavement, not open area, it's pretty separate.
We got fast. Is yours ice up too?
Just where it was.
Oh yeah.
It was cold. You could spinning like my upper body feels fine, but my legs are starting to feel cold.
do have long johns on and my winter boots on. But
And if you're moving, that'd be funny. Just be in transition, but it might be the push to use the talking about. Climbing back up now. Feels like we might be slipping back into it. I'll make sure we don't end up on the
right, yeah.
There's a good turn eventually. I think I'd be fine to drop down. I mean, not
slowly,
quickly
not
necessarily, but that way we can sort of ride this out. It does look like right on the deck it might be a little bit faster.
I definitely feel the shift. How's that feel? Oh, this one feels good. Does. So I feel like you did come over.
I was thinking maybe a couple of poles worth or something, you know.
Maybe.
See, now I feel like we're heading
Kind of east. I feel like we're going to be in the Leatherman Gate area.
Yeah. On the deck, left, right, shoot, that kind of thing. That'll help you sort of to make the plan for the landing. And can you see the paved road?
Oh yes, I see it. It's like in the middle of that, not in the middle of that. Okay.
She appreciates is knowing sort of when I'm looking for them.
Right. Sure.
Typically, you know, I fly for an hour, 15 minutes, and so she knows, but still.
Right.
Long ago. You know, they look pretty new. I haven't lived here that long. Like when I go to Albuquerque, it's way different than I remember growing up. But that was 35 years ago. So you know, it's a little bit of. Pole we're headed to. Do you think there's power lines on that?
It's that new 5G. I think it's 5G tower.
Okay.
There's not lines. It's just got a. I'm assuming it's 5G. I saw a Verizon van at one point.
not a big deal unless you're looking up to make that next burn, and then you get a mouthful of dirt. That one disintegrated a while ago. I like them a lot.
Right.
I found these.
Oh yeah.
Out ballooning. Advertised to the other balloonists at the time, hey, I found these. Anybody want, you know, no one claimed them. So, over 100 years ago.
Just breathing the face.
Yeah, I like I wonder if that's just sort of this ground funneling it into the lake. That's definitely a left turn because we were headed over sort of this gray house.
Yes.
Now we're over here.
They've actually been putting those poles up every. There's one there. There's one there. Another one there. Which also makes me think 5G because density requirements for 5G are much tighter.
The requirements of the towers.
Yes. It has to be a much more dense deployment.
Exactly what it looks like. Yeah, so in that sense, it seems like the infrastructure for 5G is a lot more difficult to build.
Yes, yes. It's going to take a long time to get really rolled out. Yeah. All this stuff, right? Yep.
Yeah, you can see this. I'll call it the white road that goes south.
Yeah.
There's a east-west road.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know how long exactly it's been there.
What time is it now?
It is 35 after.
Okay, so we went hot right about 8:30.
Okay.
And he can access either side of this fence, but we should make it obvious for him, you know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'd be inclined to go past the fence,
Right.
because then the Leatherman gate just brings them straight in. And
Right.
the problem is that east-west road is really hard to see,
Right.
because it's actually on the backside of a
Yes.
little hill,
Yes.
as we found in our last one. with that said, a good approach in this, you see where the ridge of the hill is?
Yeah.
The road's on the other side.
Right.
But if you're not sure where the road is, then plan to land on the top of the ridge.
Right.
Because even if you land and take some momentum out and then say, oh, there it is, I'll just hop it over.
Right.
That's fine. And that's easier to do than to go past it and wish you'd seen it.
Right.
Victor.
Tequila Sunrise to Chase.
Go ahead.
Things keep holding the way they're holding. It's looking like we're going to be inside the Leatherman Gate down the hill.
Which gate? Is that the Blade gate?
Yeah.
Copy that. That's correct. There's a. Do you have a Leatherman on you? Didn't I have a wrench in the box? Here. Not gonna get the scoop up in there. I was not looking forward to landing backwards, but
It doesn't really affect landing, but it does make it it's significantly tougher to keep it standing up.
right.
So this is the time when passengers start to get a little bit nervous.
Sure.
So this is the time I like to say, okay, here's my thinking. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get real low. We're going to drift down this valley. Rather than what they might be, oh, are we going to land here?
Right.
You know, should I be
Sure.
worried? That
That
kind of
makes sense.
And even if he can't get the gate by himself, it doesn't hurt us to walk up there.
Right.
Hey, do you have a crescent wrench in your second wrench?
There's a crescent wrench in the paper box in the trailer.
Hey, in the trailer?
In the trailer, in that paper box.
Copy that.
Yeah, I'm not saying we have to walk out there. I mean, it's
Sure. I know it's in there. Put it in there.
now you can start to see the road on the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
This side of the tree. We're getting a little bit of a turn
I
here.
am. Yeah.
You might not get to the road.
No. the road right there to this ridge? Or that's this,
I think
little
that's this
trail.
little
Yeah.
bike trail here.
Which we saw them cutting.
Oh, did you?
I think, weren't you with me?
Oh, that's right. You had what looked like a little lawnmower looking
Uh-huh.
thing.
When
Yeah.
they were cutting those trails. I don't know if this one, but definitely trails out here. Oh, the road's way over there, huh?
Yeah, it's down by the trees. But I'm guessing that if we were to get over this hill, if we were to land in that sort of the bottom of that loft there,
Yeah.
I bet Travis could just drive right up. Or we could walk you down that direction depending on
Right, I see it coming. It's a little like
what I said. That little new experimental balloon with the fan on the back.
I saw it in person at Fiesta. It's weird.
I wonder if
In the video it did, but
in a new kind of a situation where it's fairly calm,
right.
we could just crank it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Probably isn't enough to sort of defeat the wind, but it might give us just that little bit of a bump, right?
Now, are there any fences between him and us?
No, I don't think so. That's up here.
I see it. Right. I see a little bit of a tree trap right there. Not heading that fast, that far.
I see a tree trap coming from the road all the way up.
Yeah. Kind of shooting for that, but
Okay.
I'll take the first spot I get, to be honest with you. In terms of, I don't want to get pushed, I feel like we're getting pushed that way too, so I don't want to get too close to the road.